Did you ever play them when you were at Wilmington?
I did. I want to say, and don't quote me on this, I think that was my first Division I win as a head coach. We played at Greensboro. And don't give him that to say Coach Keatts says because that was his first win at Greensboro, but I think it was. We did. I think it was my first year. I want to say maybe our third or fourth games. I'm sure you guys will fact check that and find out. But like I said, I give West credit. It's a program that's on the rise. They remind me a lot of my Wilmington teams. Though you may not be as talented as some of the bigger boys, but because you got confidence, you got some older guys, you believe that you're going to win every game.
How different are they without Caleb Hunter?
I think he changes them a little bit, but it's tough because what they've done is they've inserted some shooters into there, and I don't think they change what they do. In some respects, they may be a little bit more dangerous, even though he's played well. But he's more of a guy that can do a little bit of everything. They've added another shooter to the bunch, and so what makes those guys tough is their belief and their ability to shoot the basketball, and they're never out of it. And then they have a style of play on the defensive end that will keep them in the game. They slow you down with their press, and so they only have to defend you for 17 to 20 seconds. And if you get a little careless with the ball, they'll get steals off of it.
And maybe it was already asked, but what did you kind of learn from watching them against Georgetown if you did watch that game?
Well, I learned that Georgetown has to take care of the basketball. I thought it was a good game for Georgetown, and I thought they did a tremendous job early in the game securing the basketball. But as the game went along, I thought their guards tried to dribble through the press, and certainly they committed some turnovers.
Kevin, obviously everybody has exam weeks and finals and everything like that, but what is your approach to, obviously kids got to take care of their academics, but still holding them accountable for what they do on court?
I think, as I said earlier, you got to break the week up. It's almost like when you get to the middle of the week, you got to kind of simulate that you're having a game, like if there was a game week. We concentrated more on ourselves. We took a day or so off, and then we concentrated on our own selves early in the week. And then as we got to the middle of the week and even to the latter part of it, we started concentrating on UNCG. I look at it because everybody has to take one. It's an opportunity to really work on the things you have to work on. And for us, we had to be careful because you get into a long week without games, you can actually wear your guys down. Especially when we don't have that many guys playing. So we wanted to make sure that it was a great balance. We didn't stay in the gym too much, understanding that the priority is academics and study halls and all that other stuff.
Not having any games this week, do you kind of look around in this college basketball world, see how wide open it truly is? Did you get a full appreciation for how there's really like 40 teams that are all about the same?
Well, I think it's college basketball this year. It's I think everybody says it's a little different. I don't look at it that way. I think it's very similar to the past years. I just think and I know this will never happen, but I think I said this to Corey Alexander and a couple guys who were doing our games. Because of preseason rankings and early week rankings, it's made basketball look a little bit crazier. If we, as a basketball organization, if we didn't rank teams until late December or January, you wouldn't think that they were all upsets. That'll never happen because obviously polls and TV and early season MTEs. But I don't think anybody knows at the beginning of the year who's the top 10 teams in the country. It has to figure itself out, and that's every year. And I think that's why you see so many teams that are losing that may not obviously be the top teams in the country. But because of the polls, that's what it says.
Do you ever have to tell the players, why not us?
I don't. I'm telling you, every year I coach, things are different. Certainly I do know our guys love social media. They love to read stuff. But we just stay the course. We understand. I haven't to this point put up anybody's record on the board. I haven't even done the ACC record on the board and said where we at and how many losses we got and how many wins we got compared to anybody else. During this stretch right now, I just want our guys to be locked into our next opponent.